Hey everybody, I'm John and this is Blind Whiskey Reviews. Hey everybody, and thank you so much for joining me today here on Blind Whiskey Reviews, the most honest reviews on YouTube. If you haven't already, don't forget to click the subscribe button down below so you know when every time I release a review. Today, we're reviewing our very first rum on the channel. This is Doorly's 12-year-old Barbados Rum. So I'm really excited to do this for you. It's kind of funny that my wife picked two non-American spirits reviews to do in a row, so I'm really excited to get into this one. As I said with the Irish whiskey in the last review, and I'll link that up here, I am not an expert on rum. I've barely delved into any kind of rum other than to mix it in a cocktail. So I'm really excited to try this rum for you guys and let you know what I think. So let's get into the review. All right, everybody, let's get into the whiskey. We'll start with the color. Ooh, this one's pretty dark. Yeah, we're going on that real dark amber kind of color. To the nose. That's kind of a different nose on there. I feel like I'm getting some like woody characters. Sweetness. Dark sweetness, like deep sweetness. Molasses or... It's definitely an interesting nose. It's all very deep and dark, like dark fruits, molasses. I mean, maybe like a dark brown sugar. Definitely a different nose. Doesn't smell like a bourbon. I don't know. Let's get into the taste and find out. Cheers. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say this isn't bourbon. This, I guess randomly my wife decided to take us off the American whiskeys twice in a row, I'm thinking. I mean, this has a very distinct, to me, I've never drank rum neat. I've had rum, the only rums I've had, I mean I've had a few, but the only rums I've had have been rums that you mix into cocktails. And the usual kind of stuff, you know, your Sailor Jerry, your Captain Morgan, your, whatever, your Myers rum, dark rum, whatever. But this has a very distinct, what I would call a rum-like character in the mouth. Up front, you get that deep, dark, fruity character, molasses, and that kind of continues over the tongue. I don't particularly know how to describe it, but what's lingering in the mouth is what I would describe as that rum-like character, that very distinctly rum character. I wish I could put my finger on what it is. But again, if you haven't already guessed, I'm guessing this is rum. And I've never had like a sipping rum before, so let's try another taste here. Yeah, more of the same. In the middle of the palate, I'm getting like a strange, it's almost like a little punch of a salt character. But it definitely stays that sweet, dark fruit, dark molasses, dark brown sugar all the way through. It's tasty. Again, as it was in the last review when we did an Irish whiskey for the first time, it's just different. I'm just not used to it, so I'm not sure where to go with the descriptors for you guys. But again, I want to take you guys on this journey with me, adding all this stuff into my repertoire here that we're tasting. I don't drink a lot of rum, I don't drink scotch, I don't drink Irish whiskey, and I think it's cool to kind of bring you guys along on my journey into this process. I think this is good. I just don't know how to... The nose, I noticed, is a little bit... There's a lightness on the front of the nose that's very different from on the palate. The palate's all very dark. And the nose has some dark characters to it as well, but there's something very light on the nose. I couldn't put my finger on what it is, but there's something lighter on the nose. Anyway, let's give it one more taste. Add some water. I definitely don't feel like this is very high proof. Little to no burn. Little to no burn. Mouth feels pretty light. I would say on the the high side of light or the low side of medium in terms of the mouthfeel. Not very coating. I'll take that back. It's a little bit coating. It just, the flavor dies down a bit. You do keep a lot of that dark character with you. Like I said, that rum. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the rum character is, but that note that I feel is that rum character sticks around. It's not super in your face, but it definitely hangs around with you. The water added more of whatever that note is I was trying to describe to you before. That lighter note brought that up. It's almost like that lighter note's in conflict with the darker notes. It's just kind of disguising what it really is. Maybe it's like a floral character that's getting overwhelmed by some of this dark stuff. See what it does on the palate. Yeah, I would say that the water brings forward more of those light notes. Really smooths it out, and I would say I don't like adding water to this. I think it takes away a lot of the flavor that it did have. So I wouldn't in particular add any water to this whiskey. Again, I feel like it's a pretty light whiskey to begin with. In that 80 to 85 range. It's pretty mild. So anyways, let's find out if it is actually rum. It's probably going to be something not rummy and make me look dumb, but it's alright. Hey, I was right. Year Old Barbados Rum. Again, it has that very rum-like character, and I'm not very experienced with rum, but I could definitely tell that character was there with the other rum that I've tasted before. But let's go grab the bottle so we can talk about it a little bit more. All right, we just finished our review of the Year 12-year-old Barbados Rum. This is 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof, a product of Barbados. Read the back to you real quick. Year Rum has been made on the island of Barbados since 1908, and it was remarkably the first rum ever to be exported from the island. Aged in small American white oak casks for a full 12 years, this rum has a complex character with a delicate aroma that can come only from time. So, my first rum, I've really never tried a rum straight before. This particular rum is distilled, blended, and bottled by RL Seale and Co Ltd, Foursquare. I've heard great things about Foursquare. I have another couple of bottles that are made by Foursquare of rum, and I'm really looking forward to trying those. I hear nothing but good stuff. This was very tasty, had a lot of good flavors, and it was so much different than what I've been reviewing, which is bourbon and rye. I think I've only done one rye. And so it was great to get this on the review list. I definitely enjoyed it. It's definitely different. And I never really realized that how dark everything and deep everything is with rum, and that's kind of a cool change from the flavors you get in bourbons and other stuff. So I really enjoyed tasting this. I realized I forgot to give it a score, and so that's kind of hard to go back and say that, so I know it's not kind of true to the whole review process we've been doing. But, to try to be honest with it, I think it was good. I would say it's a 82. It's not a mind blower. And as I said in the last review with the Jamesons, I really hate that they bottle stuff at 40% alcohol. It would do so much better if you just bumped it up just a touch, put it at that 45%, 90 proof range. maybe even a little bit higher, and God, it would just knock that flavor up to another level and make this thing just a different monster. But it definitely was good. You definitely could taste that there was some oak character on it. You got all those deep, dark flavors, and it was tasty. In terms of value, this one's a pretty good value. It was $25, I think. So you really can't go wrong in that price range. Actually, it might have even been $24. For a 12-year-old rum, you really can't go wrong. And I don't know a ton about rum, and I should probably do a little bit more research. And I know there's kind of a problem with some of the age statements on rum, and I've heard there's some upheaval with some of those age statements really not being accurate. As far as I understand, this brand, the age statement is accurate, and there is several where they are. I just know that there's several where they are very sketchy, and that the way they claim the age statements isn't quite right. So you might want to look into that before you buy your next bottle of rum if you're not familiar with rums. And I should look into it because I don't really know what I'm doing with rum either. But anyways, for a $25 value, I would definitely buy it again. It's definitely tasty. And it's got a cool bottle. I mean, bird, 12 years, cool shape. So can't go wrong. Definitely, if you've had a Foursquare product or specifically a door lease product, let me know what you think down in the comments below. You can follow me at blind_reviews on Instagram and Twitter. On Instagram, I post all kinds of stuff about bottles that I pick up. I post all the stuff about new reviews coming out, shoot you guys some hints, so definitely check that one out if you haven't already. You can email me at blindwhiskeyreviews@gmail.com, and until next time, cheers.